there's one thing that I want
Talk more
Nigerian
about.
civil aviation should be doing. If you are wearing agbada, don't sit there.
Yes.
Agbada can be something else. Now just imagine that something happened now and they try to drag agbada. Agbada don't hook for chair.
Wait, so it's your duty.
Agbada don't hook your chair.
Wait.
People should not mind this
It's
girl.
your duty. No, that one is your
But
duty.
what she's saying is
no,
It's not
actually
civil
true.
aviation. No, they can't tell. They can't
No,
tell.
but I can't tell him to remove his
But
agbada. Agbada is
you
not part
can
of it.
resist him. You can't tell the civil aviation to tell a
You know
passenger
why
what
she said
to
civil
wear.
I think they
aviation?
should put
Because
it
it
as a
should be
rule.
That
yes.
Yes, they should
No,
put it as a
no,
rule.
that's too
No,
much.
Janet,
there's
that's
civil
too
aviation.
Janet,
What?
because
Yeah.
when these people
What are
argue
you saying?
sometimes, you will want to go and open your manual and show them. So that's
Now,
what she's
there are
saying.
civil aviation
So
that
it should be
abide by.
listed
So it
like
should be-
things that are not allowed.
or maybe the airline policy. Airline
Or
policy.
the airline
should put it.
policy.
Because this is you
Airline,
restricting. I'm going for an O1 bear. What do you say?
No, you put your agbada
but Janet,
down.
you
I
know
will
these
wear it on
people.
board and snap.
Welcome to ASSD podcast. I am your host Ella Wade.
Your co-host Queen.
And your co-host Janet.
This is Aviation. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Welcome on board. So guys, today I'm bringing to you another sweet, interesting, and a very, very personal topic that I'm taking very personal because this one is paining me. It's paining me to my marrow. Because it affects all of us when one thing goes wrong or anything goes wrong. Yeah, it affects all of us. So today's topic, guys, is going to be importance of safety demonstration.
This one is
A really good topic.
Importance
to talk
of
about.
safety. It is very important. I know you people are tired of our faces, or some people want to just, can we just take off already? No, we can't just take off already because
there are certain things that
yeah,
needs to be done
there are
before.
certain things
Even
that
if
needs
you
to be
know them, even if you've been flying before I was
back
born.
to yes, that's
Because I get
they
that a
always
lot.
say I've been flying before you were
I know
born.
these
You know,
things.
sir. Please,
We
listen.
know, but still listen. Like, listen.
There are a
it's
lot
just
of
for few
people that
minutes.
are first flyers, and people that tends to forget things. People that wants to learn.
And the fact that that's not your job, so you might not even take it to heart. So you won't say, "Let me have it at the back of my mind."
Yes,
Yeah.
and even
We're
if
saying
you
that
claim
it's
to
going
know
like
it,
this.
even
Yeah,
if
we
you
have
claim
to say
to
it all
know
the
it,
time.
sometimes you tend to forget
When
Because
when
that's
it
your
happens.
job,
Like when the
yes.
emergency comes, like you'll be
The
like,
tension.
you might be in
Even
shock. Like,
me as a crew, I went to the school, I was groomed, I was trained. But when we face emergency, you'll be like, oh my God, we have a safety guideline that we have to carry and read to know step by step. I have it off hands, but then
You
no,
want to
you
know
want
cannot
to like
like-
refresh you don't do things
Because
because
you don't want to
know,
make
you understand.
mistakes.
You don't want to make mistakes. That's why with every flight, before every takeoff, it is mandatory for us to do the safety demonstration. So please, we know you want to get to your destination. We know you have this very important meeting. And you know you are a very, very frequent flyer. We know your face. When
Yes.
we say you again, but please listen to us.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick out very few things that are very, very important that I would love you to always listen whenever we are demonstrating. First of all, the seat belt. It is very common, it's very like, is it not seat belt? We have seat belts in our cars and all of that, but it's different up there.
Yes.
It's
And they are not
very-
the same. It's not the same with your car.
Yes, it's different up there. The car one, I think you put it across and clip it. No, this one you put it this way and clip it below your abdomen or even.
And you know
in
that's
between.
funny enough, every airline, have you noticed that every aircraft, they have like a different kind of buckle?
yes,
Buckle.
the buckle
Yes, the
are
buckle
always
is
different. Yes.
I
You
think
might
it
enter
depends
another
on the
aircraft,
aircraft.
you see a different buckle, another one, different buckle.
Yes.
So they are
So
not
it depends
even
on
the same at all.
exactly. It also depends on the aircraft. So when you enter a new aircraft, probably we have different aircraft. We have the Boeing, the Airbus, the CRJ, ERJ.
Yes, like a lot
They are all
of-
called seat belts, but it might not be the same
Like
way
the
it's
operation
being
is
used. Yes. So
different.
why we are still in your front is because probably this is your first time flying an ERJ aircraft or an Airbus. So we're educating you on how to use it. And the importance of this seat belt. When there is turbulence up there, you can fly away from your seat. Where you are seated at number 10, you find yourself in row 1 and probably not even alive. or injured, well injured actually.
You're talking of seat belts, Abby. What about when you have like real emergency where like maybe the window has just been blown out?
Yes, you understand?
And then
there's this strong
You
wind.
go with the window.
It will suck you out of. But then
Yes,
the
there was
seatbelt.
this- Sorry, there was this video. I don't know if they played it in your school, but they always try to play that video in flight school.
That a passenger was sucked out.
No, the fuselage of the aircraft.
Yes,
Passenger seat
the
came out.
cabin crew was
But you know that
sucked
they
out.
landed that aircraft.
Yeah, they did.
And nobody was.
Nobody. It was
because
just
they
the
were
cabin
strapped
crew that was
on their
sucked out.
seatbelt.
I
Part
think she
of
was
the
on duty or
aircraft
something.
Blew out. You could see the passengers.
Like they
you
were
could see
born
part
in
of
like
them.
this.
You could see them. They were just on their seat like this.
Damn.
But that aircraft landed.
Yes.
But they were safe because
So
they
even
had their
see, I
seatbelt.
still saw the
See that
video
seatbelt?
recently
It's very, very
online.
important.
Very,
But
very
people
important.
don't know about it. They think it's just and there's some unforeseen weather that you just enter and then
you
the
would
next thing you
dance.
see things flying. There are some that the cabin crew are even serving in the cabin and it happens.
And it just
That the
happens.
next thing you hear boom.
And if
Everything
it
is
happens
flying.
and the cabin crew sits on your leg, just know that's the procedure. Bikono,
Yes.
please.
Once it start
That
happening,
is the procedure.
once it start happening, they tell you look for any place. And
Do you know what
sit.
I was
Sit
Yes,
on
it
passengers'
is.
lap.
If you're not
When
safe, you can't save anybody.
After
So
the
when
flight,
such
you
things
explain
happen,
When I
apologize.
have a crush seated on number 4, I will run there and sit down there
I will sit on your leg.
and save myself. It's not for anything, no. I'm saving myself. So don't get it wrong.
Even you won't even remember that I'm sitting there. Maybe
No,
probably
it
after
won't be a
everything has
problem.
happened.
Yes, it won't be a problem. It'll be like, hope
You know, be
you're
like,
okay,
oh, did that really happen? Did she sit on me?
you see that everything flying.
Yeah,
People
actually.
are injured and all of that.
And those hard tracks will open, bags might
Yes.
come
Yes,
out
come
and
out.
hit you. So
Those ones
please.
they even happen while the cabin crew is serving.
Yeah,
and
true.
there's this one that happened on my flight. This particular man, it wasn't a full flight. So this man boarded. You know, now after your safety demo, you want to check if they're strapped and check
Yeah.
other things. Your final checks before you go and take your seat. This man was not wearing seatbelt too. There were like 3 vacant seats on his row. So I was like, please put on your seatbelt. He said, mm-mm. I said, "Oga, please
Imagine.
put on your seatbelt.
He said
For
no.
your own
Yes, he said
safety,
no.
you're saying no
He
to
said
the
no,
cabin
and
crew.
the
Like, are you-
aircraft was tagged in already now. So the next thing he told me that look at his belt is not clean enough for him to use it. I said, yes, and I said, okay, take the other seats because those 3 seats.
were
He now
empty?
said if he's leaving this row, it's business class and he wants to go and sit. I said, oh God, did you pay? You didn't pay for.
I don't
business
think that
class.
person is
so
normal.
please use. So he was just taking my time. I just left him there because means I need to strap myself before takeoff. I left him there, and then I took my seat. So airborne, we are going to Maiduguri. You know Maiduguri weather.
You
We are
would
going to
dance.
Maiduguri that day. Hey, I don't know what happened that day. The next thing, the aircraft was just boom, boom, boom.
Thank you,
everywhere,
Jesus,
going up,
because
coming down,
those
left
are the
and
kinds of turbulence that we want. When a passenger
so my
refuses to
thought
pay,
in my head, I was like,
to
that
pay
passenger,
attention
that
to
passenger, that passenger. So after the turbulence and everything,
come
like,
and secure
you come
your
and
cabin.
check. Yes, you secure your cabin, check
He
on
was secured,
passengers and
Abi.
all of that. I looked at this man. That seat belt.
he was
that
wearing the
said-
dirty seat
Yes.
belt.
That
Imagine.
seat belt that this man said is dirty, he can't use. He strapped himself. So immediately he saw me, our eyes locked. And I started laughing.
So let's say this
I
man,
got
this
my
particular
eyes on
kind of
you.
person that needs
Yes.
an oxygen, and then they're trying to administer oxygen to you, and he's saying, no, the smell is bad. I can't take your oxygen.
Just imagine. So I was
Something
like,
that's supposed to save
when
your
it
life.
happened, so when our eyes locked, started laughing, I said, oh God, no one told you I'd be very good. And I said, you're a very troublesome girl. I left myself.
Of
So
course.
this is why we ask you to always strap yourself
Absolutely.
because of these things.
For
Ha.
unforeseen.
You see that sharp
unforeseen.
descent? It takes you out of your
Yeah,
seat.
true.
When that aircraft descends sharp, it just takes you out of your
It
seat.
has happened to me.
You might hit your head up.
I was sipping my tea, like I made tea and I was sipping my tea. I just stood in the galley and then my other cabin crew, like the other person working with me behind, she sat down. So we're gisting. I was just like facing the cabin, looking at the
Yes.
passengers and sipping my tea while we were gisting. And then the next thing, boom, boom. Me and the tea, like we went up like
Damn.
So that's why even if the fighting seatbelt is on and you don't need to use a lavatory or do anything,
if you're not
it's
doing anything, just
advisable.
secure
Yes.
yourself. Yes,
It's
because you don't know
advisable
when
for you to
anything will
still
happen.
Remain strapped all the time.
Yes.
As long as you're not getting up to like maybe
True.
stretch or go to the lavatory. Once you are seated, leave that belt there. Okay. Carry on. We don't talk about.
Yeah, I think the seatbelt sign is really the seatbelt is really underrated. It's really and again, if the seatbelt doesn't fit you, and you be like, okay, where I'm seated, the seatbelt doesn't fit me, call the attention of a cabin crew. We have an extension
Yes,
seatbelt
they'll give you an
to
extension.
give you, so that you should also be safe. You know what? We
fit.
are always prepared for anyone that is
Yes,
coming on board
so
the aircraft. So don't
doesn't
use an
matter your size
excuse
at
that
all.
this seatbelt does not cross over. Call the attention of the cabin crew. We'll be there to give you an extension seatbelt. So please, whenever you are being asked to wear a seatbelt, is for your safety, not because we just want to say that.
Yes.
Moving forward, I have another one, which is the oxygen mask. The oxygen mask
That one,
is also very, very important, though it happens on rare cases, but it's also important to know how, when to use it.
yes.
So you can
The
be
oxygen
prepared.
mask is usually, I think in one of our episodes, we talked about where the oxygen mask is,
Yes.
Located,
is
yes.
located. So go back and
The
watch
panel
it.
above
I'm not going
your
to throw more light
head.
on that,
I won't dive
but
into
it's,
that. Delve
yeah,
into that. Sorry.
is on the overhead compartment. That's the only thing. So go back and watch it, and we talk about how to use it, blah blah blah. Go back
Yes.
and watch it. So the oxygen mask is as important as anything you can ever think about or think of. We are teaching you how to use it. We only show you during demonstration. Yeah. And when it happens, I will also be using mine, which is I'm going to be seated, well strapped, using mine. I won't come to you to teach you how to use it at that moment. But if you had listened and watched me when I was teaching you initially, when it happened, bah,
And
you
the
just
fact is, you might be in the cabin when it happens.
Yes,
And the thing is, you just grab your own to and stand there
yes,
to secure yourself.
to secure myself, not thinking about anybody, because I
Yes,
have to be
because-
alive.
Yes, to be
to
able to
assist
save
you.
someone else.
Exactly. So please, when we are demonstrating how to use the oxygen masks, please listen. And those oxygen masks, we use it when there is decompression in the cabin. Have you spoken about decompression?
Yeah,
Yes,
I
I
think
think
we
we
have.
did.
It's
Go
it's
back
one of our
again
video.
and watch what is decompression.
Yes.
But let me just throw more light. Decompression is when there's loss of oxygen in the cabin. When the cabin oxygen is going higher than the normal breathing, cabin pressure rather, is going higher than the normal, that is not fitting for humans to, it's not conducive for you anymore. So that is when
be
the
gasping
oxygen,
for breath,
you'll be
actually, when
gasping.
it
Yes,
happens.
yes. That is when the oxygen marks will drop down. So the demonstration teaches you how to grab it, put it on, and breathe normally. So when it happens now, you were pressing your phone, or you were just
When you were demonstrating.
when I was demonstrating, you look helpless, and
And the fact is, when it happens, you might be confused.
yes, you
Because
look
you're not
helpless.
listening. So
Yes,
you'll
you're
be
like, what
asking
is
yourself
this?
that
What
what
is
is jumping down? And one thing is, I've seen videos where something like that happened. That
Yes,
people,
it has
people
happened.
said it's plane crash. It's
Away.
not crash. It was decompression. The oxygen mask dropped in the cabin, so they were like, the plane was crashing. No,
It wasn't crashing.
It wasn't
When
crashing.
the aircraft goes,
Oh,
I think 14,000, right?
Yes,
yes.
14,000
The
feet.
cabin
It will
pressure.
drop.
yes, it happened, and I was reading comments. Like, the airplane wanted to crash. It wasn't crash. It was decompression. It does not even kill. If
Decompression.
you know what to do, it won't
yeah,
kill you.
yeah.
You just have some useful time of consciousness. And if
Yes.
you don't make use of that time to done yourself at that moment, Otilo.
the rest will be history.
Otilo. So the thing is, we teach how to do those things. And
Yeah.
if you're traveling with a baby or with somebody, help yourself first.
Yes,
before you
True that.
now don the oxygen mask to the other person. 'Cause
But I
you need
bet
to.
you, our Nigerian mothers, she will save me before
My
helping
child,
us.
my child.
The two of you will end up
Put on
dead.
put on
If
the
you
mask
try
on
to
yourself.
save your child
Yes.
first before
Yes.
saving yourself, the two
No,
of
but
you
but
are
in
going
this
to
one
visit
now,
your
in this aircraft, it's not
creators.
about saving your child first. No, you have
Save
to
yourself to save her.
put it on,
I think
on
that's the
yourself
right way.
before your
Child, so that
So
you should
if
be
you're not
alive.
listening, so most of those of you that do not listen, that do not even watch, we normally
Hold it.
hold it and show you. But because you are not paying attention, you're not seeing. If it drops, you'll be confused. You panic. You'll be like, what the hell is this? What is happening? Because
Yeah.
it drops on all the rows, like 3 each row.
Yeah.
Or let's say 4.
Four,
If it's
four.
3,
There's an extra.
If it's a
row of
3
mother
seat,
with
extra. If
baby.
it's 3 seats,
You
it's
always
usually
have
4
an extra.
But if it's 2 per row, you have extra. So you just see a lot of things on your head dangling. You be confused and you panic. But just because we're not listening, if you're listening, you see that we held it like this, showing you, and it dropped. You know that that's what that cabin crew was showing us. You just quickly pull it down and breathe.
And whenever you see it drops, it's not normal. There's an emergency. So normally it will never drop. You have a smooth flight to wherever you're going to. But when it
happens,
it has happened.
You know what to do.
Start praying.
Yeah. So moving forward, we have the life jacket, or it's also called life vest. But I think we mostly call it life vest.
Life vest.
Life vest.
We have the life vest. Is usually underneath your seat. Some business classes is
by the side.
by their side, and mostly is underneath the seat.
So it depends on aircraft
depends
type.
on your aircraft type.
Once
So
they are
the
doing
cabin crew will show you where it
tell
is.
you.
When you pay attention,
you
would
down to
hear
attention.
where
they will
you
tell
can
you where it
locate
is.
you.
Some will tell you it's by the side the seat, beside the seat. Some will tell you below.
Imagine you are like, I've been
Under the
flying
seat,
since we
rather.
were born. So the cabin crew is telling you, no, this particular aircraft is beside though. But the way since I've been born now, you've been flying. The one
said
you know
it's
is underneath.
When it happens now, it's the one that you've been flying before. You start looking for it under the seat. Meanwhile, it's beside your seat.
You will see it. So please always listen. And the life vest is very important too. Very, very, very important.
And remember not to inflect when you are still in the
Yeah,
aircraft.
it still
You can only
boils down-
inflect
the
it
cabin crew
when
will tell you.
Tell you
are
how
outside.
to
So
use
pay
it.
attention to the safety
demonstration.
Always.
Yeah. And also the life vest is also advisable to wear your own before your baby own, Abi.
Yes, of course. You wear yours, then try to.
And for your baby,
Because the children, they can't even don't themselves.
Yes.
So you have to.
and for the
have to
baby, it's
assist.
advisable to also inflate it on board.
Yes, for the babies on
For
board.
only babies, so only
That's
babies.
true.
For
yes.
adults, it's when you
outside
are
the
outside.
aircraft.
You're about to jump into the water.
Because just
That's when you
imagine now if
inflate
you inflate the aircraft and the aircraft lands on water and you inflate your jacket, you're inside the aircraft, you'll be floating. You can't
And
find your way out.
again, if you're going to use only the overwing exit, meaning only the window exit, when your life is inflated,
yeah,
how
yeah.
do you pass?
Yeah,
Because
it's
that
actually
exit
very
is
small.
very small.
Yeah.
So
And
now
you
it
pass.
increases your size.
Yes.
So that's it. So once you do it in the aircraft, now the next thing, water is in the aircraft, you're floating, you can't swim out. You can't find your way out. Yes.
Yeah.
So you'll be stuck in the
and
aircraft.
everything boils down to listening, because we always say whenever we're reading it, we tell you not to inflate it. So if you listen, you're not supposed to inflate it on board. You're inflating it only when you are going outside or you're about to step out. Yep. So please, guys, always listen to demonstration. I know we might be talking a lot.
One other one that annoys me is that emergency exit. That
The
one is
briefing of
yes. They brief before the main demonstration. They brief the people on the overwing
during
exit.
boarding.
Overwing
Cabin
exit is
crew
that
always
is
come.
that small exit by the wing.
Yeah.
So normally during boarding, if the people occupying the seats are now present, you now tell them how to operate the door in an emergency. Some of you, a lot of you, they don't even listen. And it's only people that understand and read English are permitted to sit there. So if we're talking to you, we need responses. Like if we ask you a question, respond. And after explaining to you, you're supposed to even tell us exactly what we said to you. Not even like word for word, but at least
you should have an idea
of what I said to you. So you have to say that to me. So imagine you don't understand English, you can't speak English.
Do you know,
you can't even. And then I'm asking you, I just there, you don't want to answer me. You don't say anything.
I've been in a situation when I was briefing a passenger, and during an emergency, he was reading it back to me like, I know what you're about to say. Oh, really? Then you still have to listen.
Of course.
He showed me that I did on flight 80 and
yes.
Do you understand? There are some people that will just shut you up, but please.
And then you ask them questions, you don't want to respond. It's like you are taxing them to do something.
And that place is also called a self-help exit.
Yes.
Self-help. I won't leave my door and come and open that exit for you. No.
And they don't even allow families that are traveling
Together.
That is another issue.
Issue,
Once they
yeah.
put families that you tell them to, you want to reseat them to another place. They don't want. Pata. So just imagine you're with your wife and a kid. 3 of you are sitting there. If anything happens, won't you be thinking about your child
Saving
and your
them
wife?
only.
Instead of opening the exit, you're looking for your child.
Yes, you're looking for your child or wife. Or the moment you take
that.
them out, you'll be less concerned about
Other people.
So the thing is, they don't want people traveling together. So you don't start thinking about your own. You don't start being selfish.
Yeah.
They want you to carry everybody along. So if you guys are traveling together, they don't allow you to sit together because you'll be selfish. You'll be thinking about your family alone. And at that time, you might even be confused. Your child is crying. You're supposed to perform your duty. And then your child is crying, shouting, dragging you, daddy, mommy. And then the next you leave the door now. You
like
be confused,
you become
trying to comfort the
confused.
baby. So they don't allow that. So when we tell them that they don't allow families traveling together, they become upset. That this one, that one. Yeah, like this. They don't want to listen, but it's very, very important. And some of them will say, hey, I know it, I've been traveling long time. Do you know when I started traveling, this, that, but you ask them, okay, can you repeat what I just said?
Yeah.
What's it law?
And the bag issue on that
Just
same
sit now
exit,
confused.
the bag, when you ask them to bring
Put
their
their
bags
bag
and put it up
up.
because it's an emergency exit,
You
they're
don't
always
need any
saying no because
obstruction.
actually
Do you
on my
know-
flight one time, one celebrity like that, he acts Nollywood movies. He was like, he's been flying since I was born, that he's not going to give me his bag. Like I tried my best, but
No, if
he
you don't
wouldn't
give me your
listen.
bag, come and
I have to
receive
call-
yourself
I have
now.
to
Or you
call-
will be receipted.
Yeah.
I have to call my purser on duty that day to please go and sort it out. Like,
And the
you've been
thing is,
if you are like, if you've actually been flying,
You should
before
know
I
all
was
this.
born,
You
you
should
should
know
know that
that
bags
that's
are
not
allowed.
allowed.
Sweet passengers.
Yes.
Oh
Like, you
yeah,
should
emergency,
know.
right? Thank. Oh, we want you
Like,
guys.
why are you always
and the thing
trying
is,
to
if
give the
you
cabin
don't want
crew
to
headache?
obey the rules that comes to sitting on that exit row,
Don't sit down
don't
there.
sit there. We can take you to another
Yep.
place and give you another seat. But if you're sitting there, you have to
put your bag up.
abide by the rules.
Do you
that
know
are
my
on that
airline
door.
is as strict as even your slippers. You shouldn't remove them.
Exactly. Like
Put them
my course
on.
and instruction. Yes.
Put them on. That's how strict. They
And
are.
there's one thing that I want
Talk more
Nigerian
about-
civil aviation should be doing. If you're wearing agbada, don't sit there.
Yes.
Agbada can be something else. Yes. Now just imagine
Yeah.
that something happened now and they try to drag agbada. Agbada don't hook for chair.
Wait. So it's your
Agbada don't hook. You're trying like
Wait.
We should not mind this
It's
girl.
your duty. No, that one is your
But
duty.
what she's saying is
no,
It's not
actually
civil
true.
aviation. No, they can't tell. They can't
no,
tell.
but I can't tell him to remove his
But
agbada. Agbada is
you
not part
can
of it.
receipt him. You can't tell the civil aviation to tell a
You know
passenger
why she
what
said
to
civil
wear.
aviation?
They should put
Because
it
it
as
should
a
be
rule.
That
yes.
Yes, they should
So
put
that
it
when
as a
you-
rule.
that's too
No,
much.
there are
That's
civil
too
aviation
much.
Janet,
rules.
because
Yeah.
when these people argue
What are you saying?
sometimes, you will want to go and open your manual and show them. So that's
Now,
what she's
there are
saying.
civil aviation
So
rules
that it
we
should be
abide by.
listed
So it should
like
be-
things that are not allowed.
Or maybe the airline policy. Airline
Or
policy.
the airline
should put it.
Because
policy.
this is you
Airline.
restricting. I'm going for an O1 bed. What do you say?
No, you fold your agbada
But Janet,
down.
you
Why
know
you
these
get
it
people.
on board and snap.
You know these people.
No, but wait. Are
No.
you against it or not?
See, that's why I say it boils down to the cabin crew. Sir, because of what you're wearing, you can't sit
Okay,
there.
wait. Now, if the company
And
policy
when you
does
come
not
across the
allow-
passengers that
wait,
tell
okay,
you-
let's say
It boils
wait,
down to-
wait. Hold on. Let me land. Let me land. Let's say the company policy didn't say anything about agbada, and then you're telling him to remove his agbada. Won't he report you?
I know
He
say
will
remove.
report
I
you
know
and
say
your
remove your
company will
agbada.
tell you.
I know say remove. I say I will receipt you because of your
Why?
agbada.
But the company policy says you see people
I will
with
give him
agbada.
reason that if you want to open the door, he will hook.
That's your personal issue.
That's your
because
personal
you
issue,
can report it,
because-
because the company policy does not say anything about agbada.
Okay, I'm trying to.
Sometimes
see,
when
I'm
they hear
trying
that,
to
oh,
reason
it's
with
a
you guys,
policy,
but
they,
now
they
me,
tend
I'm
to want
saying-
to
me, I'm
abide by
saying
it.
yes,
But when
me-
it's coming from you, they feel like, who do you think
so
you
me
are?
and now saying they should include it. Company also, or maybe the
Oh,
civil
yes.
aviation should include it as if you are wearing agbada, don't sit at the emergency exit. It will cause
Okay,
an obstruction.
okay, see
if
now.
that agbada hook, everybody don't hook for that.
Okay, now let's not just bother and see like the shoe thing I'm telling you. Okay, when we went for training in my own airline, they said any loose items. So they use shoes as example. Loose items, they were not specific about shoes. So shoes are loose items because when you remove them, it causes you can come and be wanting to run. You will now fall
Sure, you
down.
know that thing that is making that person removing that shoe.
So
you
now
want to be
use it. You
comfortable.
say
When you are wearing
any-
agbada in
No,
flight,
say
you want to remove it and
anything
just
that
dump
will
it, like maybe
obstruct-
put it on.
No, let's put it that way. Anything that will obstruct evacuation, not necessary agbada. I think it's too small to bring it down to what you're wearing. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Let's just put it. The airline says anything that will obstruct evacuation.
If you
Me,
use
I
if you use
am- me, I
agbada
am
wrong way,
particular.
if you wear agbada, they say run.
Me, I am particular about agbada. Me, I said agbada. It's agbada that is bad. Baba Riga, agbada, Baba Riga. I want it to be included. Don't carry agbada come and sit at the emergency exit.
Okay, we'll look into the
Yes.
NCAA. Please look into
Yes,
our
please.
request.
And airlines, like it
Airlines,
doesn't really
They are wearing
necessarily.
agbada. They should not be allowed to sit at the
Over
NCAA,
it.
the airlines, I think the airlines should put
Airlines,
it in
not
their,
necessarily.
when you are booking and they are selecting emergency
In fact, I don't
exits.
even understand how people wear agbada for trips. Like,
They are going
it's
for
just,
Owambe.
No,
maybe.
you can fold it. I see some people fold it. They need
Yes.
to fold it and put it in their bag,
Yes.
hold it. But you now, it will even squeeze. By the time you reach at that or one
No,
baby looking
see,
scattered.
and don't say that again. There are some important meetings. The moment you're coming down from the aircraft, you're entering the vehicle.
How
and you're
many
going
minutes
to-
to wear agbada?
Yeah, you don't wear them before you go guguru guguru guguru.
Agbada no hard now.
I beg,
Agbada
Janet,
no
which
hard,
language
abeg,
did
Janet.
that?
It has a very big
Ella has
opening.
a
Just bend it
personal.
and do
Ella
like
has a
this.
personal beef with
It
Agbada.
does not
I
say-
don't. I don't know. I don't know where it's
understand
coming
women.
from.
It's different when
So
women
you're
try
going to tell the
wear
Ali
something
Gogoro
because of
for
their
women.
makeup.
What about the
Their
Ali
makeup
Gogoro
and-
for the women?
No,
Is
that
it
one
people should leave
different
it?
now.
Whoa, Ella, you cannot pass through it. That Ali Gogoro through the. So that means you're restricting passengers. on
No,
what to
no, I'm
wear.
not saying that one should be included.
Oh, you see, then
Wear-
you are
wear
going to
canopy.
literally, just wear body
Ella.
con.
Which one is canopy?
Literally,
People should not mind this
okay,
one.
it's
That
going to
canopy
be.
can poke you inside your eyes. It can poke you.
If you're coming on board, wear body con because Ella
Oh
said,
my
talk about your own
goodness.
passengers' eyes.
Even canopy can poke you. The moment you woman just turn hair like this, it doesn't enter your mouth or your eyes.
Anyways,
Yes, there's no
it
difference.
all boils down to obstructions on
Yes,
the
exactly.
obstructions on the.
So I at this point I'm just like begging passengers wear something that is a little bit.
Yeah, if you
not-
know you're seated at
that
the
won't look
emergency
loose.
exit, and if you're
You
wearing your
get
agbada,
all
if
those
we
agbada
if we
canopy.
if we receipt you, don't take it personal. Yeah, because you might impede evacuation. Don't take it personal. Trust me. That will be a wrap. Do you have anything to
course.
say?
Nothing.
That would be a wrap. That would be a
Said
wrap.
everything about the flight demonstration.
Yeah. So please listen attentively, and to our safety demonstration
all the
is
time.
because
It's
of
very important.
unforeseen circumstances. So
And
we are
it's for
preparing
your
you
own good, please.
your own good and your own safety. Before we move forward or before we end it, we have word of the day, which is ditching. Ditching is word of the day. Ditching is a deliberate how do I put it?
Emergency landing in
Emergency
water.
landing on water. Yeah, it's when an aircraft land on water. That's what we call ditching. So whenever we are doing the life vest demonstration, we say during an emergency landing on water. That is
Yes.
only when you are using the the life vest. So ditching now, whenever you hear ditching, you should know that landing on water. That's during an emergency
Yes.
only, because aircraft will not just go and land on water.
Yes.
So it happens during an emergency.
Yes.
So guys, please like, follow, share, and comment on all of our social media. So you can follow us on our YouTube. Air Show with the Sky Divas, Instagram ASSD Aviation _Aviation Gist, Facebook ASSD Aviation Gist, and TikTok at ASSD _Aviation Gist. Thank you, and we'll have a nice time.
Gracias.
Whatever. Bye.
Bye.